Imagine a world where dragons are your nosy neighbors, unicorns are basically Instagram influencers, and mermaids. Well, let's just say they're terrible at keeping secrets. Today, in just 10 minutes, we're going to explain every mythical creature you've ever heard of, and a few you probably haven't. Buckle up, this is going to be legendary. Literally. Let's start with the big boys, dragons. Almost every culture has them. Chinese dragons are wise, lucky sky serpents, while European dragons are fire-breathing lizards who hoard gold like billionaires hoard tax breaks. Fun fact, in medieval times, people actually thought dinosaur bones were dragon fossils. Imagine finding a T-Rex skull and saying, "Yep, must have been Steve the Dragon." Next up, unicorns, the sparkly horses with one horn. Ancient Greeks thought unicorns were real animals living in India. Spoiler, they weren't. In the Middle Ages, people said only virgins could tame them, which honestly sounds like a medieval Tinder ad gone wrong. Today, unicorns are less mystical beast and more rainbow latte mascot. Mermaids, half human, half fish, all confusion. Sailors swore they saw them, but it was probably just manatees. Disney gave us Ariel, but the original mermaids? They dragged sailors to their doom. Yeah. Not exactly singing about gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Moving on, werewolves. Humans cursed to turn into wolves under the full moon. Ancient Europe was obsessed with them. In some legends, all it took to become one was wearing a wolf pelt. Basically, medieval cosplay gone too far. And yes, silver bullets? Pure Hollywood. Ah, the phoenix. The bird that dies in flames and then rises again. Basically, the original superhero reboot. Egyptians had Bennu, Greeks had Pheonix, and today, we use it as a metaphor for bouncing back after failure. Now let's dive deep. Kraken, giant sea monster said to swallow ships whole. Viking sailors spread the legend, and let's be honest, it was probably just big squids. But a squid isn't scary enough, so they gave it monster status. All right, North America, your turn. Bigfoot. A hairy ape man said to roam forests. He's blurry in every photo, which makes sense because apparently cameras only malfunction around him. Most likely, just bears standing funny. But hey, if Bigfoot is real, he's the undisputed hide-and-seek world champion. The Chimera, a Greek monster with the body of a lion, a goat's head on its back, and a snake for a tail. Honestly, it sounds like Zeus just went, "Yeah, mix and match mode on." The word chimera today even means an impossible dream, like me trying to afford rent without selling organs. And of course, fairies. Cute tiny Tinkerbells, right? Wrong. Old myths had fairies kidnapping babies, cursing crops, and causing chaos. Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster of Scotland, said to be a giant serpent or dinosaur living in the lake. Every photo, blurry, every sonar scan, could be a fish, but Nessie stuck around because we want to believe. And let's be honest, Scotland's tourism board is probably her biggest fan. The Basilisk, known as the King of Serpents. The Basilisk comes from European legends and is often called the King of Serpents. It was said to kill with just its gaze or even its breath. Medieval bestiaries described it as part serpent, part rooster. Some stories even say the only thing that could kill it was the crowing of a rooster or the reflection of its own gaze in a mirror. Next, the Djinn. Originating from Arabian and Islamic mythology, Djinn are supernatural beings made of smokeless fire. They can be good, evil, or neutral, and stories of them often revolve around granting wishes, but with tricky consequences. Some tales even say they can shapeshift into animals or vanish into thin air. Then we have the Thunderbird, a giant bird from Native American mythology. The Thunderbird was believed to create thunder by flapping its wings and lightning by blinking its eyes. It was both feared and respected as a powerful spirit. Some tribes saw it as a guardian against evil water spirits. The Wendigo comes from Algonquian folklore. It's often described as a cannibalistic spirit that represents greed and hunger. In stories, it's linked to people who resorted to cannibalism in harsh winters becoming monstrous in the process. Some legends say it was once human, cursed after resorting to cannibalism. The Banshee comes from Irish mythology. She is a spirit that wails or screams to foretell death in a family. The sound of her cry was considered an omen. Families in Ireland even had their own personal Banshee connected to their bloodline. Now, the terrifying Nuckelavee from Scottish folklore. This creature is a horse-like demon with exposed muscles and a rider fused to its back. It was feared as a bringer of plagues and drought. The only thing it feared was fresh water, which could drive it away, moving to something more majestic, the Pegasus. From Greek mythology, Pegasus is the winged horse that sprang from the blood of Medusa. It became a symbol of wisdom, fame, and poetry. Pegasus later helped the hero Bellerophon defeat the Chimera. Eventually, Zeus turned Pegasus into a constellation in the night sky. From Japan, we have the Kappa. These are water-dwelling creatures known for mischief, trickery, and sometimes drowning people. But they were also said to keep promises if treated with respect. From the Philippines comes the Tikbalang, a half-horse, half-human figure, often said to mislead travelers in forests and mountains. Some stories describe it as a guardian spirit, but legends also say if you can tame one, it could become your guardian spirit. The Chupacabra is a more modern legend from Latin America, especially Puerto Rico and Mexico. It's said to attack livestock, draining them of blood. Its descriptions vary from a reptilian creature to something resembling a wild dog. Even today, sightings are reported across the Americas. And then there's the Yeti, also called the abominable snowman, from Himalayan folklore. Described as a large, ape-like creature living in the snowy mountains. Mountaineers and explorers have claimed to see tracks or shadows of it for centuries, though no solid evidence has ever been found. Still, the Yeti remains one of the most enduring cryptids in the world. From Japan, we have the Kitsune, magical foxes with the ability to shapeshift into human form. Some were said to be mischievous tricksters, while others served as loyal guardians and companions. The more tails a Kitsune had, the older and more powerful it was, with 9 tails being the strongest. Next is Grootslang, a primeval monster, half elephant and half serpent, from South Africa. Legend says it was one of the first creations of the gods, but they realized it was too powerful and split it into separate animals. Still, some Grootslangs escaped and were said to dwell in deep caves guarding treasures. The Selkie, a shapeshifter from Scottish and Irish folklore. They live as seals in the sea but can shed their skins to become human on land. Many tales tell of Selkie women trapped by men who steal their seal skins, only to one day escape back to the ocean. The Camazotz, the death bat from Mayan mythology in Central America. It has the body of a man and the head of a bat, with razor-sharp blades for a nose. In ancient texts, it was linked to sacrifice in the night, striking fear as a bringer of death. The Nian, a beast from Chinese folklore. It had the body of a lion and the head of a dragon, and every year it would terrorize villages. To scare it away, people used firecrackers, drums, and the color red, traditions that still live on today in Chinese New Year celebrations. Next up, Pontianak, a ghostly vampire spirit from Malaysia and Indonesia. She is said to be the restless soul of a woman who died during childbirth, appearing as a pale figure with long black hair. Legends say she preys on men, her presence marked by the scent of frangipani flowers and the cry of a baby. The Tikoloshe, a mischievous, dwarf-like creature from Zulu folklore in southern Africa. Invisible to most, it can bring misfortune or illness. Some say it is summoned by witches, and the only way to avoid it is to elevate your bed off the ground while you sleep. I'll be making more videos like this about few other stuffs, so make sure to subscribe and join me on this journey through myth and legend.